Lions are one of the most dangerous animals on the planet. They are dangerous when protecting their cubs, territory, or hunting down prey. But when this lion spotted an abandoned baby leopard, he made a move experts couldn't explain. That we all have our aspirations and passions, and for one man, Stotra Chakrabarty, a postdoctoral researcher, he was interested in studying animal behavior. For years, he examined the causes of certain behaviors in animals and the factors that prompt them. During his work, he discovered noteworthy occurrences between animals. Then, one day, he spotted something unusual between a lion and a cub. In the animal kingdom, it's unusual to see rival species hanging out together for whatever reason, which is why when Stotra and other experts at the park saw the lion approaching the cub, they knew the little one was in danger. But things quickly took a shocking turn when the lion came up with a rare plan. You see, lions and leopards do not get along, they compete with each other for space and food, they are at perpetual odds, Stotra said. That day, as the animals watched the lion approach the cub, they held their breath. Having studied animals for so long, they were very familiar with their mannerisms, so they could tell this lion was in for a feast, and what happened next made them so sure. All of a sudden, the lion stopped in her tracks and hid in the grass. Was she stalking the baby leopard? The researchers feared. You see, lions have relatively small hearts and lungs, and they are not fast runners, hence they rely on stalking their prey and would only charge towards it when the animal moves within a close range or when the prey looks away. Since they do not want to get noticed or scare the animal away, they hide in the grass until it's the right time to attack. And this was just what the lion was doing. For the next 15 minutes, this lion didn't make a single move. While laying in the grass, she kept her eyes fixed on the baby leopard, watching and calculating every single move he made. As the experts watched with widely open eyes, they prayed against all odds that the baby leopard wouldn't leave its spot. If he did, then he would be walking right into the enemy's den. For the next 5 minutes, the whole space was quiet, and one could even hear the sound of a pin drop. No one made a move, not the lion, not the cub, or even the men watching, but a few minutes later, one of the animals broke the silence. Reacting to an irresistible impulse, the lion suddenly stood up from her hiding, looked in the direction of the cub, and let out a very dull roar, and then she went into hiding again. Why was she roaring? Was she trying to scare the cub away, or did she want him to come closer? Worse off, would the cub fall for the lion's trick? Unfortunately, he did. The baby leopard got up and walked in the lion's direction. When he got to very close to where the lion lay, he sat beside the grass. This little animal didn't even know the lion was hiding in the grass, so he just continued playing in the sand, trying to kill boredom. By then, the lion raised her head and was now staring intently at the leopard. It started to seem like there was no way out for the animal, but the lion still didn't make any move. Was she having second thoughts? Was she trying to calculate her moves, the experts thought. Just then, the lion got up and with full force, she charged towards the cub. With their jaws dropped, the experts knew it was time to interfere and save the baby leopard. Just as they were about to do that, the lion suddenly stopped in her tracks. She approached the blue-eyed leopard gently. It was as if she was careful not to startle him. The experts continued to watch, filled with awe. You see, this lion had recently given birth to 2 cubs, and she was a great mom. That I have seen the way she takes care of her cubs. She handles them with care, one of the men said. So, when the lion caught up with the baby leopard, a powerful maternal instinct took over. She caressed the leopard's skin, and the little one instantly felt safe with the king of the jungle. From that moment, she cared for her like her own litter. Each time she went hunting, she kept the leopard in mind and returned with food for her. But this lion wasn't the only friendly one. Her cubs also extended the arms of friendship to their siblings. They played together and followed him up the tree. Here is one of the beautiful moments: the leopard pounced on the head of one of his adoptive brothers. This unlikely association was surely the most wow moment I've come across. I have never seen anything like this. This beautiful relationship went on for a month until one day the experts found the leopard's dead body near a watering hole. A necropsy revealed the animal had most likely died because of a femoral hernia he had since birth. Although it's sad that the leopard didn't stay for a long time, it's a beautiful feeling knowing he had the best times ever with a family different from his. When this lioness hunted one antelope's mother down, she turned towards its calf and did this. One photographer, Audrey de Visser, worked at Queen Elizabeth National Park in Uganda. He enjoyed taking pictures of wildlife and nature. He was also fascinated by lions and loved to take pictures of them. However, oftentimes he was only opportune to capture pictures of these ferocious beasts while they were hunting or walking with their pride, but one day he got the chance to capture an encounter that would last a long time in his mind. I have been here for several years and I have taken pictures of all kinds. However, I was hoping someday I would capture a rare and heartfelt moment that I would take with me everywhere I go, Audrey said. One day, while at the park, Audrey heard that two lions were feasting on an antelope. Immediately, he took his camera and headed to the scene. I almost went back midway. I had already taken several shots of lions hunting on their prey, so I thought, what would be different about this? Anyway, I still went ahead, and I would have been filled with regret had I turned back. I wouldn't even forgive myself, Audrey explained. On getting there, the lionesses were almost done feasting on the carcass, but Audrey, not wanting to feel like he had come for nothing, still took some pictures. Soon he would learn he was actually there for a different reason. When they were done feasting, one of the lions walked away, while another retreated to the shade of a nearby tree to rest. For the next 5 minutes, Audrey watched the lion intently. Was he going to search for another prey or just sleep it off? Whatever the lion ended up doing, Audrey wanted to see it, and he didn't feel any desire to leave the scene. It was as if he could tell that something spectacular was about to happen. Well, his guts were right. Moments later, Audrey heard a noise from a corner surrounded by bushes, and before he even had any time to guess, the antelope's offspring popped out. Apparently, he had gone into hiding when the lion attacked his mother. When I saw the baby antelope, I froze. He probably thought the lion had walked away and it just came out, as if he was looking for something. But, unlike Audrey had thought, this antelope was aware the lion was sitting under the tree shade, and once he got out, he started walking towards the huge animal. When this happened, I held my breath and feared for the little one, Audrey said. It wasn't long after the antelope got out that the lion sighted him and stood on his fore. He looked like he wanted to attack, but he didn't make a single move. For the next 45 minutes, the lion continued to stare at the antelope, but didn't pounce on him. Sensing that the lion wouldn't hurt him, the innocent animal threw caution away and approached the lion. He even crawled between the lion's legs, like he was trying to get milk. When I saw this, I was almost moved to tears. The lion let the calf have its way. It was unbelievable. As seconds went by, the lion also returned the calf's nice gestures. She even moved her hands up and caressed the animal. All the while this happened, Audrey captured everything. However, while he was hoping it would last longer, the rumble of the park ranger's motorcycle frightened the beasts, and this lion did the sweetest thing ever. She picked the fawn up by the neck and carried it off like one of her own. It was a beautiful sight. For the next few weeks I couldn't get over that adorable encounter. Some weeks later, a group of tourists spotted the fawn with the lion and said they looked great together and were bonding well. This shows lions are also sweet and emotional creatures. What are your thoughts on these lions' actions?